Why is it still on this? It's not hooking. Alright, so this will be easy to do this. You first come into the game. This is on just a character reset, so persistent universe will ask you for character creation. Just do whatever you want. I mean, you can always change it later. Alright, so we're gonna, and I recommend Lorville. I wouldn't even bother with Orison. It takes forever to get out of orbit. Area 18, probably the second best to go to. Still a little bit more confusing for newer players. New Babbage, that's just, it's not too bad, but tram systems, a little bit more confusing. So Lorville, and then set as primary residence. So you'll get launched into the game. Might take a couple minutes. Let's go there. Alright, so you press Y to exit the bed. It's a nice little starting area. Sometimes you get some rubber banding that's expected. The game is in alpha. So I, for inventory, you could right click and look around. If you got starting inventory or items, you could equip it from here. Filters, undersuits. You need undersuits when you're want to wear armor or spacesuit stuff. So we're gonna put the armor on. And like I said, this is straight from a character reset, so it would be nothing different from if you came into the game new. You could go to bunkers and get a bunch of these items and stuff. So you put it in his hand, of course. Just gonna equip some stuff on it real quick. Backpack should be on. Let's see here, get my gallants. Nice suppressor on the weapon, just kind of make it more silent. Get lots of different attachments and stuff. Looking for my, because you could do melee in the game, so good to have like a knife as well, otherwise they don't get get knocked out when you hit them. Utility. I would always carry a medical device so you can heal yourself. Multi-tools have attachments for healing. Cutter. Um, Tractor beam. Um, Mining as well. Resets. Ammo doesn't persist. It's nice. It's fun to have to rebuy that stuff, but if you have a ship and you want to check any loadouts, press F1. This is the ship. Vehicle loadout manager, comms, talk to people. You go under friends when you're in the hangar, and the Lorville landing service, that'll open up the hangar bay. Skyline F2. Also to get to this when you're in the ship is nice to be able to plot your location. Double click. Normal mouse to zoom in. Scroll to zoom in. Double right mouse click, zoom out. Trader if you want to give someone money. Let's see here. Contracts. If you're doing anything, I would go to mercenary to get this call to arms. No matter what. Kill any things. You'll get extra credits. Personal. Most of this stuff, like under mercenary, is going to be bad things. This is criminal type missions. You can go to prison in the game. It's just ratings for missions and stuff. Let's click on the security val. Just as something. So under accepted, any missions that you take should show up here. You see that call to arms and then show up. Sometimes those don't like to show up. When you finish missions, they'll go here. Any beacons that you make, or someone makes, you could go there. When you're in the ship, you could, repair in the hangars or port HTMS locations. Journals. This is mission statuses with ranking. You get a little more benefits the higher you go. But yeah, I'd suggest it's a good time to customize a vehicle if you have equipment already, and if you don't, then you could at least look at what your vehicle has. And these are just all the components that you have for your vehicle. It shows their grade, quality, their class, the size of the component. Most of the time a vehicle actually show up right here, but it isn't. I'm just going to change my ship's loadout here. Even though I lost all my components. Let's just take this off of. This is going to be very, very hard hitting. Loadout on this Corsair. Hit save changes so you. Dang. Oh, there we go, my rattlers. So once you click an item, it's gonna show up and replace. So now that there's nothing on there, it doesn't like you to mix and match missiles on the same rack. Alright, let's see here, that is set up. Alright, so you press F and then you get this little extra interaction command, and right mouse or left mouse click. So this is Lorville. You might come out of any of these sleep hubs. You want to go to the elevator, hold F, left click. Also, pressing F12 will turn off the chat. Alright, same thing, hold F, ground floor. Scroll through. It'll focus on what you're viewing while holding F if you click on the mouse scroll wheel as well. That way it's like, oh, it's right there. Alright, so you come out the elevator. If you have any starting credits and need ammo, any little components, you just follow this way. So going down this way is going to bring you to the spaceport tram. You get the health center. You can get med pens, but you would go this way. So it could be confusing at first. For sure. So you go to these, hold F, left click. It's gonna ask where you want the item to go. If you don't have a backpack, I just do local, and then you can pick it up from there. Med pens, just buy a couple. So then again, you press I, and since I had it set to the backpack, med pens in the backpack. Just simply drag it. Green is empty. Little line dotted blue around circles is occupied space. Alright. So we're gonna head back the way we came originally. So we came from the residence halves. We're gonna come down this way first. Just to kind of show you real quick. There's the admin's office. If you're doing some delivery missions, sometimes they'll send you to admin's office, and you can drop them off, pick up items. Trading console. If you got a fine, you can pay fines here. So let's go down here. So there's the bar. So if you're on Lorville as a starting, like I said, it's the easiest location to get around. You got this area. If you need to buy any equipment, there's just more basic equipment they got here. You could select like utility. A lot of mining stuff at this location. So they got med pens, they got some food, personal weapons, attachments include ammo. So I'm gonna pick up some ammo since I'm here. Let's go right in the backpack, because I have a backpack. If you don't have one, that's fine. Save up for one, or you could actually buy a backpack from here. Let's see, get my gallant. There's just some basic armors here. You could choose by different component pieces, backpacks. I would get this. That's a pretty good deal, because there's a whole set that you get here, which is arrow helmet. It's a good medium armor. Not too bad looking. And so press I. And it shows you where the ammo is going. Alright, so we got med pens out already. Got our ammo, got a knife. Carry that just in case. There is a green tube for this. You press 4 to bring out the multi-tool. You could do it this way too, where you go to customize. You could change out the attachments this way. If you got them in your backpack on your person, then you could do it. Hold R to holster. It likes to bug out a little bit. Oh, someone ghost stripped me, it looked like. Alright, so let's go to come back this way. If you press shift, it will allow you to sprint if you have it set as toggle. Sprint toggle, crouch toggle, prone toggle. Aim down sights toggle if you want, or just hold. Right click to aim down sights. Something else I will show you that I forgot. You want to get one of these paramed refill. I mean, if you do bunkers, there's going to be a lot of weapons and med pens and stuff. So this goes with this. So if you have it on one of the equip slots, it'll let you refill it. And you should be able to just drag it directly onto the item as well to refill it. Alright, so let's go this way. Spaceport. Oh. Nice, he's tripped me there, huh? Press T for flashlight. On your person. As long as you have a helmet on, they'll do a flashlight. Or if you have a weapon, you can press U to use its flashlight attachment or laser sight. L on the ship will turn the ship's lights, exterior lights on. So T. F1 still brings you up to here. Let's just check missions. For some reason that Call to Arms never showed up. So the tram tells you where you're going. Little timer how long it's gonna take to get there. Holding F and using the mouse scroll will let you do a little zoom in. Tells you when the train is departing or arriving. Alright, so let's continue on. So, in Lorville, you have the Central Business District, which there's missions that you can get sometimes under personal. You'll get like, oh, requesting assistance type of mission. There's Hurston Dynamics weapon shop over in this location. You gotta take another train to get over there. And here we go. There's your ship terminal.
Welcome to the ASOC vehicle retrieval system.
So you can scroll through, select your ship, tell it to retrieve. Doesn't like to let the mouse move around, or you move around when it's doing this.
Your vehicle has been delivered to
Tells you what hangar it's going to go to. Also, they added saying what hangar, and you can see where it is on the local vicinity. Before we go to the hangars, let's go over to the ship sales area. New deal. They got some ships on display. You can walk through these ones. You could purchase them, selecting on them as well. Let's see. This is a prospector mining vehicle, so you could click on here. You could go through what ships they have in this location. But let's go to the hangar. If you have enough funds, you could also rent ships over here. It only gives you a time frame. how long you want to rent it. I believe you can't change the loadout on rented ships though. I don't really bother renting them, so hold F, click, and we were at hangar 1. Of course, your ship may vary from what your starting ship is, but most ships are purchasable in game. Newly released ships, you gotta wait for the next patch for them to be released, and they kind of put this in the largest hangar. But yeah, someone went doo-doo. Now, a lot of ships will show this little circle dot for entrances. There's some glitchy instances like that. A lot of the newer ships have lighting. They'll just have basic running lights when the ship is off. You gotta turn them on. If it's just a one-seater ship, then without a cargo walkthrough. Alright, so you get into your cockpit. What you could do is you could search for your flight ready button or power on, or you could just hit U. And that'll turn your ship. Displays. So I would suggest, so you're holding F, you're looking at it, press the middle mouse button, or mouse scroll wheel, press that button. So it will zoom in and focus on what you're looking at. So things you might want to have right in front of your face for view is at least self-status or shields. You definitely want to have a target marker there. Heat, you could suppress your overall IR signature. Power, you definitely will have to be playing around with this. You don't need to, but see how the shields, they have capacitors set up now. Things take a while to load, so if you throw more to shields, thrusters, weapons, it's gonna charge the shields quicker. Something I suggest when you do get in here, I would go to options, key bindings, advanced customized control, targeting. You could select different targets. Target cycling. So I would set this cycle lock hostiles reset to the closest as T. And then target under your reticle as double T. So that way if you got any hostiles, you just spam hit T. It'll select a target that's closest to you. And then if you're viewing at them, just double tap to get your closest target that's in your view distance. I also would suggest, let's see here, I would disable this V-joy visibility. Shows this little line when you're flying marker. Um, ba, ba, ba. What else would I turn off? Vehicle target enable, auto zoom unlock target, no. Look ahead, I would turn that off. It's just unnecessary things that you don't need. It gets kind of annoying. Turret look ahead, no. Driver look ahead enable, no. Pilot driver turret automatically enable, target padlock, no. Those are things I would suggest to do. Alright, so now your ship is ready. You want to leave the hangar, press F11, still brings up the Moby glass. Click on friends. Click this button. Press F1 or F11 again. Close the Moby glass. I would press F2 if you got a mission selected or showing the map. I would suggest click on Everest. Bring anything you need. This would be I would suggest going to Everest as your home location. Because coming down to the planet side is annoying, pain in the butt. So press and hold Y. And I would probably, well, no one can attack you while you're in this area, but space stations, people can still shoot through the hangar and try to kill you. If you have items that you want to move, I would move them to your vehicle. Let's see, vehicle tab. I would just move them to your vehicle. Any weapons, any items that would be useful to you. For some reason this is not giving me full capacity, even though it should. Like just to have extra weapons, armor. Oop. Helmet. Backpacks, undersuits, you definitely want some undersuits. And must be bugged. There's no way this much stuff should be taking up that much inventory space in a ship like this. Very, very bugged. So suppressors, those are nice to have. Other guns, attachments. That's the only one. I love that gun. 1X, 3X. Some more And unfortunately for now, you have to actually drag these here. Utility, I mean, you're gonna get plenty of utilities. You could buy these as well, but it doesn't hurt to have some extras. Especially going to a home location. You're not seeing them show there because I have it filtered through. I'm also gonna do this real quick while I'm at it. Let's do a loadout on this other ship. Just to have some stuff. This is the other ship I like to use, so. I just want to change up the loadout a little bit. Since the items, my extra items are on the space station. Alright. Let's take off. Alright. So you press F4, you could go to third person view, hold Z while you're in third person view to look around. See the missiles on there. Guns. Some ships have the VTOL, which you will hit K, and you see how those go down. And you don't have to be in third person view. Press the space bar to lift, hold shift to get a boost. L for light. Alright, so then you press N, put the landing gear up. Some of the ships that have it like this, press Alt K, do the wings. F4 again. It's fine. A lot of the ships will not stay persistent on the menus displays. So you'll have to reset to your content. Hold shift for boost. Mouse scroll wheel, you'll see that square on the left. That is your speed limiter control. So if it's have it down here, the little triangle, greater than, less than, triangle will show what your current speed is, and then you see the speed in the box to the left, 80. goes up. As I scroll, I'm using WASD, W forward, S back, A is strafe to the left, D is strafe to the right, E is roll to the right, Q is roll to the left. So, press B. You'll see this is the quantum drive spool. That is the mark location I clicked on, was the space station Everest. And you don't have to be with F2, you don't have to have them as a selected marker. And set route, you can find it just by holding B, or pressing B. Press C. See by that box there to the left, that is an automatic lock speed, which will just lock it to whatever you limit it. Alright, so now we're just getting out of the atmosphere a little bit. While the quantum's up, and remember I press B for this to show up. See? They'll spool it. Something to keep an eye on, your quantum fuel amount. When you press F2, you can see that here, required fuel on where you're going. Some ships will have a smaller quantum fuel, so you won't be able to go across the status system. So now you're ready to jump. Press and hold B. It'll jump you. FPS, it's gonna vary. So just press B, get rid of that. So now we're in space. Going to Everest Harbor, space station, and as I suggested, this is where you want to just have as your home location when you want to land and bring your ships. Bounties, bunker missions, I suggest doing them out in Hurston, this Hurston area. So we're going to the space station. When we get close enough, it'll request contact. ATC for landing. You can shoot anywhere over here. So press 11, F11. Friends, Everest Harbor. Sometimes this might hang up and not do it. You might have to do it a second time. You'll see that marker. That's where you're gonna land. Press N. Landing gear goes down. The ship has wings that are too big, so those will go. If you have VTOL, I would suggest switching VTOL on with K. Help assist you with your landing. Now I would suggest, if you're not comfortable landing in first person view, just press F4. See the hangar's opening. Alright. Just press F4. Take your time. I would limit your speed control. Just take your time. everyone's perfect, so. So, while you're here, you could click on Vehicle Maintenance Services. If you need to repair, refuel, restock if you use weapons. Like, these are ballistic, so I would need to get ammo or missiles. Press F1 again. So, when you're in the ship, if you want to access missiles, just click on the middle mouse wheel. You see the missiles. Press G. Lets you go up to 4 at a time. And then you'll get like a target marker. It'll spool up, acquiring the target. Green ring around them, and then you just press and hold the. Well, it used to be press and hold. Now it's just click the left mouse button to fire. You could keep your ship on. If you exit, press and hold Y. If you did what I was doing here, click on vehicles. You want to move everything to this location for safekeeping. If your ship explodes, you're going to lose everything on it. You do have a chance, if there's a marker for your body, when you die on the ship, to go back to get loot box, loot crate, and making things easier. I just click on other. That way you got nothing in the way to transfer items. The game does crash randomly. It is an alpha, so I'll be efficient on transferring your stuff, being that as a first priority, just to make sure you don't lose anything. Only way you could get back your items on a crash, you gotta actually be able to get onto the same server. Now, if you got friends that you play with and they're on the same server, then you're pretty good, unless the whole server actually 30Ks. Which is just a forced error crash, so careful on some of these vehicles. This is a newer vehicle that just came out. That lift sometimes will make you go through the station. So now that you've landed on Everest Harbor, I would find this arrivals. Go to the left side, elevator. Lobby. You don't have to store it, but
Welcome to the ASOC vehicle
it doesn't hurt
retrieval
to have a
system.
good habit. Store your vehicle. So now you're on the station. First thing I would do is I would go to the medical facility, and I would transfer your respawn bed to here. So you click on here, tell you what room to go to, room 5. That's where you can purchase medical supplies. 1 through 4. 1 through 5. Room 5. All you gotta do, click on here. Click there. Transfer. Confirm. So if you die, you will respawn back Evers Harbor on the bed. You could lay down on here if you're injured as well. Medical care. See the treatment, medications. Press and hold Y to exit. Extra tips to note. Hold F, right click. This won't show up right away, so you have to go to actions. Item actions, helmet unequip. But now that you did that, hold F, right click. It'll be right there. Of course, it didn't, oh yeah, press F4, third person view. You got two different distances. It didn't obviously select the same helmet I had. But that's another way to take your helmet on and off. It will persist in how you had it. Evers Harbor has different areas. Got a gallery, cargo, and the hangar and habs, which is what we're at right now. Quick food and water access, which you can't have your helmet on. To eat or drink. Alright, so let's unequip the helmet. So you got the food or water. Water, you just press and hold the left mouse button. Typically, it's gonna come to your mouth. So it's a bug sometimes where it won't show. Just press and hold the left mouse button. Continuously drink. Otherwise, store it. Helmet back on. So bottled, wrapped things will stay stored. And if you need to grab it out of your inventory, right click, drink, carry. Foods like this. These, they'll be open right away, so you can't store them. And, yeah, that's it. Let's get to Evers Harbor. This is the best starting area, I would suggest. You see lots of people. I wouldn't trust too many people. Might try to say that need help at a bunker mission and then just kill you, steal your gear. If you have any comments, questions, please ask anything you need. I've pledged to this game since 2013. Played a lot, play with a lot of people. I'm in Trinity Divided Organization, one of the founders. Do lots of group play, and if you want to join on in, you could add me in game or chat. I'm Prana X in game. I do lots of bunker missions and bounties. There's a lot of role playing, a lot of grouping, so just give us a holler. thanks for joining in and watching this video.